great take on Disney Plus and how it follows this legacy of missing. I wonder, though, is the bar higher for Disney? I got to take kind of the cynical position here. I mean, I was buying a whole lot of Disney content, digital content, for years because my kids like Marvel movies. Now I'm not buying any of that anymore. We're subscribed to Disney Plus. Don't we have to wait and see whether this is really a win for them and see how low the churn is?
Well, people keep having children. John, for example, myself. So I don't know.
Yes,
I think that's not the case. And also there's a lot of other stuff. My kids were watching, I just got it through Verizon, which was a free year. I mean, the finances are another question. But I just got it because my my teenagers like the Marvel movies. And I suspect my young baby will like the other movies as she grows up. But I think what's interesting, and I like a lot of the Marvel movies, and I like a lot of the other things, the original stuff they're making. And so I don't know. I think it's an interesting thing. But they can't not be here. They have to be where the customers are, and they have to sort of offering what you're talking about, these beyond the bundle. And Scott Galloway uses a term rundle, which is a recurring revenue stream, a subscription stream that isn't just in, say, content from Disney. What else would you buy from Disney? What else would you buy from Apple, from Nike, from other companies? And this idea that you have these subscription relationships like you do with Amazon and Amazon Prime is a really big idea. And so I think Disney has to be in here no matter what. And the question is, how can they make it economically viable so that it creates enormous subscription revenues over time?
Absolutely. But I guess my point is I was already buying Disney content digitally. I just wasn't buying it directly from Disney. So when we think about big picture, what this means for Disney's business, don't we have to think about, they're not brand new to the digital ecosystem, but they are new to direct. And how do we measure their success there?
Well, I think it's interesting because they are making new stuff. I mean, look, The Mandalorian, which I talked about in the piece, which I still haven't watched yet, but a lot of people have, is a new product that comes off of Star Wars. Or they're making High School Musical again, which of course I'm going to watch. They're making it into a series. And so there's more to happen as they're doing it, and they can take advantage of their classics. Like, I think they're making a new Lady and the Tramp, and then they can sell the old one on this service, then they can sell the new one on this one. So it works really well together, it seems to me. And the question is, how far can they take it, and what else can they offer to people? I mean, what would you trust Disney with? Toys, perhaps? Would you want to buy them direct after seeing something? Games? I'm not sure. Trips? So I think it's a really interesting thing that they're doing in terms, especially the original content, though they're spending, as I said in the piece, it's very pricey what they're doing. But the fact of the matter is they've been spending, as I noted in the piece also, for 25 years, they've been spending enormous amounts of money that are going down the drain. So I'm kind of heartened by this effort because I think it's a smart one.
Kara, I think of the old entertainment, I guess, adage of every overnight success is 10 years in the making, and it would seem this overnight success is 25 years in the making. So just to dig into that a little bit further, how does Disney present a case study to some of the other media companies that are looking to also go direct to consumer with their own streaming services?
Well, you know, Bob Iger talked about it 10 years ago to me on stage at one of the All Things Digital conferences. He's like, if someone's going to eat our digital lunch, it might as well be us. Now, before that, they had some enormous failures. The things they bought, I was remembering them because I covered them all for the Wall Street Journal and various places I've worked. But they have been at it in various ways, whether it's through investments in things like Vice, and other places, whether it's efforts. They had all kinds of websites. They had a thing called Club Penguin. My kids used it. They had another site called Family.com. Then they had something called Go, which is a search engine. So they've tried everything. But to me, this is the smartest move they've made so far. And I'll tell you the case study is his persistence of Bob Iger in doing this, because a lot of other CEOs would not have kept at it. Look at News Corp, which has had a lot of failures. And they have some exposure digitally, but not as much as Disney has. And in this case, they bought the Fox assets, and now they're putting The Simpsons on this service, although there's a controversy on the ratio aspect, according to my kids, ruining all the jokes.
It's interesting you mentioned that, because we've been playing sound that Iger on our show from 2015 in which the thinking was still Netflix is a great marginal customer for us, and they send a lot of money our way.
Yeah.
When do you think the shift happened where we're going to do this on our own? Was it something about the erosion of ESPN or something else?
Well, I think it was that, oh no, that we're not controlling our distribution, and look at these big tech companies, and look what value Netflix has created using our assets. You know, I thought it was always a cheap move by all these companies to sell stuff to Netflix like this and not do it themselves. But they were, you know, constitutionally unable to do it. If you had visited any of those companies, the digital stuff was always off to the side and treated in a different, odd way. And I think they've made it, I mean, it's been clear that these companies needed to be very deeply into tech, even if they weren't tech companies. And it's been a slow going because they do so many other things so well. You know, they do their parks really well. They make their movies really well. So it's very hard to focus. It's very hard to focus. So I think that they realize they need to control their own destiny and not let someone else control it.